Drew.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
I was going to go home on Friday night and play some video games. But then, you and Pasquale's in the office.
Yes.
So showed him around, and you guys said that, we'll be down at the bar if you want to come by. And so I left, and then I actually crossed the street and then went back across the street because I changed my mind. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go see Brad and Pascal.
Okay.
I was on my way home and I should go back. You guys weren't there.
Yeah, sorry, we ended up taking off.
But Dan Ryckert was.
At Kate O'Brien's?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And
What were you doing there?
By himself, just getting loaded.
He was by himself, and I walked in there, and we both just looked at each other and went, huh?
Wait, were you seriously at Kate's? You don't live anywhere near there.
I know. I was waiting for a date to get there, so
okay.
we'd go off to Hoodslam,
I
which
see.
I'll let Drew take back over.
The most romantic of evenings.
Yeah,
Of course,
He,
yes.
he told me that's what he was doing, and I'm like, I'll just grab a beer. I'll wait. I don't want you to wait alone. I'll just have a beer with you.
I don't want to pry or anything, but how well do you know this girl?
Pretty well.
Was this like a previously agreed upon activity?
Yeah. I've known her for a bit.
Okay, you weren't like dragging her into something that she was not prepared for.
No, she was super good.
Because I saw the Vine that came out of that evening, and Hoodslam looks raucous.
Dan convinced me to go.
It looks like the type of thing that you might get hurt at, even being in the audience.
Yes.
Based on what I saw.
Yeah. I don't recall what exactly tipped my scales.
I can be persistent.
I think so. Well,
He was
also,
like, come on, Drew, you can do it. Come on.
I'm the kind of person who's just like, I don't really have anything else to do. I will, if it's spontaneous, sure, fine. I can do things at the drop of a hat. So I decided to go to Hoodslam, which was in Oakland. Apparently, they also have a San Francisco. They come to San
They've
Francisco.
done it once
occasionally.
in San Francisco. It's the first Friday of every month in Oakland.
But it is a independent wrestling.
Not all indie wrestling leagues. Actually, none of them are like Hoodslam. Hoodslam is
Really?
an outlier for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know anything about wrestling.
Well,
This is a great start.
what was Hoodslam like for you?
So, first of all, it's at the Oakland Metro Opera House.
It is. It's a classy joint.
Oh, wow.
I thought it would be, but you just walk in there and it's a warehouse.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I thought it was just a warehouse.
It's a warehouse called an opera house.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know if they've ever had operas there.
Yeah,
But
no, that's cool.
They used to.
I got
when the
a
fucking
full-
professional wrestling rolled in.
Full pat down before I went in. They looked inside my bag and then gave me the whole thing. Like, this more strict than an airport. Walk in there and it's just a giant wrestling ring. Hundreds of people crowded around it, and like a band in the upper level. There's like an upper level that they're just playing on.
So is this thing not seated at all?
No.
You just stand and watch?
No.
Okay.
And also, there's like 3 bars
Okay.
Yeah.
on the edges, and I walk in there, and everyone's just doing this on the ring and stomping and clapping their hands. So I
Terminator.
know,
It's the Terminator thing.
I know I'm already in for a good time.
Okay.
Everyone does that before these shows.
Yeah, and then I don't know what, like, the band started playing.
Yeah, the band cuts into like a weird metal version of the Terminator theme.
Yeah, and then
Is this a Hoodslam thing? Is this a wrestling thing?
It's a
What's
Hoodslam
with
thing.
the Terminator.
It's
stuff?
Hoodslam.
Okay.
yeah, and then this guy comes out.
Broseph Joe Brody.
Yes, and he is wearing like neon shorts, a tank top, a big like a trucker hat, and
Says
he's
drunken swag on it.
drunken swag. Yes, and he's holding a bottle of, what was that, Jack Daniels?
He had a bottle of Jack, and he also has a bunch of Axe body spray.
Oh yeah, so he came out with
course.
2 bottles cans of Axe body spray, and just started spraying them everywhere.
Great.
And then sort of announced that this was Hoodslam.
Motherfucking Hoodslam.
Yes, my mistake.
Yes.
And then wrestling happened.
Well, first he poured the contents of the whiskey bottle
That's part
into
of his
everyone's
shtick.
mouth around
Yeah.
the ring.
Yeah, so he goes up to each like corner of the ring and then like hangs over, flips everybody off first.
says "fuck you, bro" to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then pours whiskey in everyone's mouth.
And then wrestling?
And then wrestling happens.
Are the wrestlers at this thing part of any kind of regional circuit? Or is it just an anything goes, anybody can show up?
I mean,
Like,
these are It's not just anyone off the street. It's not like in Spider-Man.
Okay.
Bonesaw.
Yeah.
Bonesaw was there.
Yeah, Bonesaw McGraw. He came in.
Yeah, it's not just anyone can just walk up. It's
Right.
like I'm pretty sure
sure
these
you have to
people
get
have been
vetted.
vetted. Yeah,
But is there
because
a
they have to
league?
be. I don't know. I don't know. How
They're local
works.
indie wrestlers. I mean, I've
yeah.
seen them. I went to another show on Saturday, and some of them were there too. So yeah, they're local guys.
But they don't. They have to have more than I think just the physical ability. They have to like have a character and be able to like be charismatic and improvisational
Yeah, of
and
course.
things like that.
A lot of showmanship at Hoodslam is
Exactly.
my understanding.
I was fascinated at the amount of copyright infringement that I heard about.
Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
There's
Yeah.
Scorpion.
So I think the first match was El Chupacabra
Yep.
versus Link.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
during the fight, over the loudspeakers, you hear, "Hey, listen!"
What?
And then he like jumped out of the ring, went down, and like found a chest and held it up over his head.
Uh-huh.
did it play the secret sound?
Yeah, it did.
Was there a steel chair inside the chest?
No, so he found a bomb.
He found a bomb, yeah, and then it was like just an inflatable bomb, and he threw it to somebody. And there were a bunch of other people in the ring, and then he like held it for a second, and then everyone like blew backwards. And he found the Master Sword, I think, later in the match.
Yeah. Chupacabra was really scared of that sword.
He was, yeah. So like the thing that I was most surprised by is that with the frisking and everything, and like the very intense nature of everything, and like all the middle fingers
Cursing.
and all the cursing,
Drinking.
and drinking and violence on the stage, everyone in the audience was having a really like positive time and was having fun. Like it was not, people were not angry. There was no animosity. It wasn't like like angsty teenagers like, yeah, backyard wrestling, man. Like I remember seeing a Frontline episode or something when I was a kid about backyard wrestling
Right.
or like independent wrestling, and it
Which
was
used to be
frightening.
like pretty bloodthirsty.
Yeah. It was like people actually hitting each other with chairs and stuff. This was not that. This was let's make this as ridiculous as possible. There was Cereal Man who he just pulled cereal out of his head and threw it into the crowd.
Okay.
And then Scorpion came out, and Cereal Man tried to offer him some cereal, and then he uppercut the cereal.
Okay. This sounds like a show.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Perhaps one of the most entertaining live experiences I have ever been to.
This is not the blood sport that I thought amateur wrestling usually
it's
is.
not. It's all like pro wrestling. It's all like they whisper to each other what they're going to do, and then they do it. I've got to believe the outcomes are predetermined.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. It's all theatrics, but so for the first couple matches, everyone was like, just doing it in the ring. They'll get up on the corner and jump in and like tackle a guy or whatever. But then like I would see I was I don't know, maybe 10 feet back from the stage at this point, and people would fall out of the ring. And then, like, but not to the ground. They would, like, onto some. The ring would stick out from the ropes a little bit. So I figured, there's a couple feet over there that they can just fall onto. No, it's like 12 inches that somehow they land on. And then below that is just concrete.
No mats?
No.
No mats.
And like, there's no barricade.
There's no barricade.
No.
Okay,
You are
so
up
there's no
against the
yeah,
ropes.
There's no
People-
ringside. It's
yeah.
just
No.
the crowd is there.
And they will occasionally do like sentons over the top and stuff, and you just got to get the fuck out of the way.
Right. So what happens is,
All right.
there was a guy who got out of the ring, and then a guy climbed up on one of the corners, and then jumped into the crowd like a front flip, and the crowd was not expecting it.
Was that Drugs Bunny?
That was the second time that happened.
Okay.
The first time it happened was, I think, one of the Stoner Brothers.
Oh, yeah, Rick Scott and Scott Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was during that match. But, like, these people are wearing heavy boots, and, like, they're just flying into the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
people could get really hurt in
Yeah.
this thing. It's like, and the crowd was not expecting it. So
But people got out of the way. I mean,
You do. You get out of the way. I mean,
those people flinched and I guess did not get hurt.
yeah.
But after that, people learned that, okay, they could see things coming. Like
Yeah,
the vine that I put up was Drugs Bunny
Yeah.
doing the same thing into the crowd, and people had learned by that point, so they kind of backed up.
The first time someone told me about Hoodslam, they led with, "There's a character named Drugs Bunny."
Yeah.
And right there,
He was great.
I was pretty sold on
I
it.
still have, quote, cocaine on my bag from when he flung it out into the audience.
Yeah.
Gimmick infringement. I don't know that I approve of that. That's,
Also, if you're familiar
Tracksuit versus drugs money.
if you're familiar with the yes chant, his is drugs, drugs, drugs.
well, okay.
We didn't even get into Pooh Jack, who is just New Jack from ECW, but dresses as Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, so-
still plays the same gangster rap and everything.
Not
Comes out
actually
with the
New
trash
Jack,
can.
though.
No.
Yeah, okay.
It's-
the way you said that sentence for a second,
No,
I was
it's-
like, is it actually?
Imagine exactly what New Jack does with the same music, with a trash can full
Yep.
of weapons, the music
Uh-huh.
playing for the whole thing.
Yep.
But it's Winnie the Pooh, so he's Pooh Jack.
Great. Perfect.
So I don't
see
have any of this knowledge.
There's a lot of that.
Everything is weird.
It's weird if you
At
know
one
it.
point, like a bunch of people dressed in like scary clown masks got up and tried to like take over Hoodslam, but then one of them took off his mask and and his shirt and was wearing a Hoodslam T-shirt, so he was a heel turn from within that organization.
Well,
so
no, it's a babyface turn from the heel organization. I think that was Batman Noel. He's a Mexican guy with a Batman mask.
yeah,
Okay.
Batman. Well,
Batman, well, yeah.
That checks out.
yeah. So, but then and they also threw glitter. I still have glitter on the bottom of my
I
shoe.
have it on the top of my shoe.
Yeah. From that. I also, whenever wrestlers jump, like, they will not only get out of the ring, they will fight outside the ring. So, like, you have to get out of the way, too. So, like, beer is going everywhere. I got a whole bunch of beer on my shirt.
You smell when you get back from Hoodslam.
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of smells going on from Hoodslam.
Yes. And, like, a surprising amount of drug use
Yeah.
in the ring.
Yeah, they're pretty open about that there.
Yeah. Also,
Wait, did you say in the ring?
oh, yeah.
Huh.
Well, there's
Like-
the Stoner
like
Brothers
in the crowd.
I'm not really sure how like a WrestleMania goes. Are there like different? Is it like this where there's like a match between these two guys, and then like okay, that's done. Now we have a match between these four guys, and then the
Yeah.
rules are this.
Oh, yeah, there'll be like gimmick matches and
Yeah.
stuff. But like, what was the name of the gimmick match where like to win, you had to be the one to finish that like giant blunt or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. So like there were four people. It was a tag team match. So two people would get in, they'd fight, and then I think the other people, like you had to pin your opponent, and then the other guy smoked that joint.
Huh.
And then, but if he got out of that pin, you had to give it back to the ref, and then like
Yeah.
the other team would pin the other guy, and then they would smoke that joint, and they would have to whoever finished that joint.
That's pretty flagrant.
And it's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
not gimmicked stuff. Like they will take stuff like the referee will take like a bowl from the crowd and just smoke it in the ring.
Yeah, like I would be surprised to be at an event like that and not smell weed smoke in the crowd, but to see
It was
see it written into
thick.
To see it written into the show though is
Yeah.
is,
Well, like, one of
pretty
the-
All of
crazy.
those wrestlers have glaucoma.
or back problems.
Well,
Yes.
one of their events is called the Smoke Arena of Time. I mean, it's kind of part of the gimmick of the organization to where like
All right, I need to go to the show. This is too ridiculous now.
It's so weird, and even like
Excuse me, it's pronounced Smock Arena.
oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Brosif Joe Brody got over the loud. He's calling the match, by the way.
You can hear the commentary live, which is not a common thing with wrestling.
Oh, really?
Oh no, that's
That
the only
totally
place I've
makes
seen that.
it like that.
Yeah, it's. I actually kind of don't necessarily like seeing wrestling live because there's no commentary.
Yeah.
Football, same way. You know, it's
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
without the insight of the commentators. Insight's maybe a bit of a stretch.
Jerry Lawler.
I was going to say
without Jerry Lawler.
But it's like he gets excited, you know, and like that you feed off that. But he mentioned at one point. So if I say the words blueberry pancakes are now being served at the concession stand, that means the police are coming. So get rid of your drugs.
I'm pretty sure this whole organization is super duper illegal. Like it kind of has to be. But it's a hell of a show.
I feel like we're blowing up their spot in a really bad way.
yeah, this could be severely uncool.
If you go to their website, I
Yeah,
mean, this is
they're
all
very-
like, I mean,
they're
they
very
call
upfront
this
about
Smoke
it.
Arena of Time. Like
Yeah,
this is
they are very
their
upfront.
thing.
It's-
Yeah.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah,
I
so-
would highly recommend it. Even if you don't know wrestling, if you just want to see something weird and like maybe get kicked in the face, go to Hoodslam.
Can you just show up? You don't need to worry about it selling out or
It's
anything.
a $10 cover.
Yep, just show up, $10
You
at
don't
the
need to-
door.
don't need to worry about tickets in advance or anything.
No, I've never done that.
There was enough space for more people there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It can be tough to see.
got like it was a 3.5 hour show. We wormed our way up to the ring by the end of it.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah,
That sounds like a hell of an evening.
it was awesome.
Next time they come to the city, I might have to.
I'm not sure I could do it for a while.
What is it? Once a month?
It's the first Friday of every month, and then like if the San Francisco one was any indication, that'll be just kind of random within the month or whatever.
Yeah.
So the Oakland thing is set.
All right.
It's a good show.
Oh boy.
Well, that sounds like a very full Friday evening. Especially one that you weren't expecting to happen and then, until it just
I
happened.
was just I'll go home, whatever. Nope. You're going to Hoodslam for 3 hours.
Dan, what did your date think?
Yeah, she had a great time.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going to those. That's fun.
Great.